to give up. If I do something, man, I do it till I get what I want. I turn a business out of nothing into something I love. I got a poker face, but honestly, I'm not one to bluff. I flip a switch, never miss, man, I always stay up. Don't let them see you, bitch, always have a plan to stay tough. This life ahead of you ain't easy, it was built to be rough. But that's what makes a personality, is tragedy, bruh. So keep your head on your shoulders. Now we ain't out here moving rocks, we out here moving boulders. Now we ain't getting posterized, we out here making posters. And we ain't got nothing to hide, we move forward like soldiers. You better wake up for the pay stub, or you'll pay up. Don't make love to the game, bruh, fuck the game up. Change up, rearrange stuff to your greatness. Famous for the way up, play the game, bruh.
Never stop, I'll get it if I want it. Gotta make to myself a promise. I won't quit, keep going till I got it. I won't give up till I'm on top, yeah.
You know I'm always honest, there ain't no way I'm ever stopping.
I won't quit, keep going till I got it. I won't give up till I'm on top,
I'm always flirting with pain, she like to hurt me and maim. I'm always working to change, but she's still lurking the same. I keep on building a dynasty while the haters be trying me. But they hate from inside, you see, hate themselves in society. So I let them speak quietly while my actions speak wider. See, they be hiding in privacy with the screen, oh the irony. To hate someone who's trying to be whatever they would like to be. We all feel the anxiety, we make our own rivalry.
Hey, it's your boy Miguel G with the Value of Wrestling New Japan Rebound Podcast. I have a guest for you, folks.
Yeah, that part. Hey, man, shout out to Value of Wrestling. I'm right here with the Big Oos, San Jose. We gonna shut the shit down. Love and respect, all right? Value of Wrestling. Hello.
Man, thank you, brother. Thank you.
This is the Value of Wrestling, the revolutionary force in wrestling podcasting.
Oh, you should know. I am now live on a mic. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Value of Wrestling. Welcome to your Monday Night Raw review show. We're going to break down everything that went down on this Monday Night Raw for January 15, 2024, halfway through the first month in the year of 2024. This year already shaping up, big things happening this Monday. But we're going to talk about the wrestling aspects of this. Did things live up to the hype? Did they get overhyped? And did Tony Khan make a fool of himself at the end of the day? Well, we are going to break that all down. Talk about everything that happened on Monday Night Raw. But first, let's get into the intros. Of course, sitting with me tonight's the one, the only. What was that? Were you choking on a chicken bone? Or, I mean, was that a...
You act like I've done anything different.
You didn't go...
I've been doing that.
Oh, I haven't heard it. I guess maybe I leave the music on longer and don't catch it. I don't know. Anyways, and of course, you know me, the one, the only, the big time. Oh, you know. Let's get into it, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Miguel Z, the man of the hour, the man of all New Japan Pro Wrestling, the man who's resting on his worn out body after this long weekend. It's in the chat, ready to chat it up. If you come in and want to join in, go ahead and join in the conversation. We always appreciate your 2 cents. Join in the poll and tell us what you think of Monday Night Raw. We got an opening package for Martin Luther King Day. In case you didn't know, in case you were living under a rock, it was Martin Luther King Day. We get all the video packages and, of course, the music hits. And we get Cody Rhodes to start the show. Cody asked Little Rock what they want to talk about, but he doesn't care. He's going to talk about Colin Ray. Colin Ray, a country singer that sings a song called Little Rock. If you don't know, go back to the 90s and check out Colin Ray. And if you don't know, Colin Ray is pretty well connected in the world of wrestling. He actually sang at Owen Hart's funeral. And was part of the Owen Hart's funeral. Big connection there, if you didn't know. The Rumbles are right around the corner, and he doesn't plan on something. We got cut off here, and here comes Drew McIntyre, because Drew McIntyre has nothing better to do than to cry, moan, and complain with everybody that's in the ring. Of course, building Drew McIntyre towards whatever's going to come next. I guess the Royal Rumble for him, we'll have to see. Drew asked Cody what he wants to talk about, but if he had been listening, he'd know, duh. Drew says they go way back. They grew up in WWE together. They were the same age, similar career paths, and Drew is proud of Cody, proud of the man and performer he's become. They were 23, 24 years old, and they were tag team champions. They were the dashing ones. The reason they didn't go far as tag team is because they didn't embrace the opportunity. They both had to leave to get their heads right and get that perspective outside of WWE. They redefined what it was to be a wrestler outside of the WWE. They became so undeniable that WWE had to call them back. The last match Drew had before returning was with Cody, and remember that Cody told him, he said Drew would be a future world champion, and he's done it twice. He's going to tell Cody in front of the entire world, it doesn't matter who comes back. He's seen it all. Keep working and do what you're doing, and Cody will be the first member of his family to raise that championship. He will finish his story, but not before Drew finishes his. And I guess the third man in this group that we're hoping will redefine his destiny and eventually get the call back to WWE would be one Matt Cardona. I mean, he's another one of these guys that's gone back out on the indie scenes and restaged his name and changed everything we thought about one Zack Ryder now, Matt Cardona. And of course, with his wife already in the WWE, I think we're just waiting for that right moment and the right time for Matt Cardona, no more Zack Ryder, to be in the WWE. Cody brings up they both declared for the Rumble. Drew is right. He could win the Rumble. Jey Uso could win the Royal Rumble. CM Punk could win the Royal Rumble. Drew wants to give Cody some advice. Just be yourself. It doesn't have to wear the suits and use the big words and stop smiling all the time. He did it too. He felt like he had to be the beacon of light, the leader, the dumb big smile. Wipe it off and be real, Cody. Cody talks about stepping up, then steps up towards Drew. Says he assures him that this is not an act. He smiles because this is what he loves. He appreciates the opportunity because he made it them for himself. Drew wonders if this is the real Cody. Why would he bring Jey Uso to Raw knowing the trouble he would cause? What about endorsing CM Punk? Cody knows what it's like. Cody is an kiss ass at times, and he wishes this talk wasn't happening right now. If Priest wasn't such an idiot, Drew would have won the world champion, and they wouldn't be talking. Cody is standing in his way, and he will be eaten alive. He's at a different level. He's not what's best for business. He is damn business, and at WrestleMania, the story belongs to Drew McIntyre. Cody drops a lot of ifs. Priest, Jay, there's always an if. They're not the same. Drew is rimming with grievances. He wants this for Cody. The difference is when Cody wonders and speculates whether he'd finish the story, he doesn't look at Drew. He looks two places, his heart and the crowd. If Drew wants to settle at the Rumble, he'll give Drew something to complain about. The last match between him and Drew, who won? And Cody walks off, leaving Drew McIntyre quite unhappy with that statement. Solid opener with the show. We're building this Drew McIntyre complainer story along. So we'll have to see how this plays. I guess we're building Drew to have a lot of competitors coming after Rumble. So it'll definitely be interesting there. We're continuing the story. I know some people are complaining that Cody is not addressing The Rock. Again, I don't know why everybody's up in arms. Like, The Rock came out on Monday Night Raw at day one. This is the only time we've seen Rock on the roster. To sit here and go, The Rock's back. Where's your proof in the pudding? He showed up for one show. This is what The Rock does. He showed up, on SmackDown not too long ago after, showed up, do this thing, and left. Did he call out the head of the table? Did he really call out Roman Reigns, or did he make a gesture to this idea of Roman Reigns? And this is what's getting really ridiculous. Everybody just thinks that The Rock's back, and we're destined for Roman and Rock when we have no proof in the pudding, and we have not seen The Rock or really had any huge storyline continuances of it. So why would Cody need to address The Rock? The Rock came out and said, where should I sit? At the head of the table? He does what The Rock does. He stirred up controversy, got people talking. Doesn't mean The Rock and Roman is going to happen this year, or who knows if it will ever. Is it a possibility? Yes. Is it tease? Is it getting the vibes and the feel out there? Yes. But I know people are going, oh, Cody doesn't talk about The Rock. Because The Rock is not important. The Rock's not at the Rumble. The Rock's not in the path of anything right now. The Rock showed up for one show and turned the world upside down, which that's what The Rock was supposed to do. That's what they wanted The Rock to do. That's what's getting everybody to tune in to WWE TV, because we're waiting to see what's going to happen with The Rock. You're either excited to see The Rock possibly get Roman at WrestleMania, or you're sitting there on pins and needles going, please don't do this, don't do this, don't do this. give The Rock a match somewhere else. So, I mean, The Rock's done what he's done, and he may not show up again until next year. Mr. Clarke, your thoughts? So I'm just saying. I mean, people are so vehemently stuck on this thing. He showed up for one show, made a comment, which everybody says, "Oh, he challenged Roman." I'm like, he didn't challenge Roman. He didn't say, "I want the head of the table." He said, "Should I sit at the head of the table?" Is it underlying gesture to Roman? Yes. Do we know what he was doing? Yes. But was it a direct challenge? No. It was just stirring up the pot.
To use Hollywood terms, there's a difference between a teaser and a trailer. A trailer is going to build to that movie. A teaser is just going to give you a small little taste just to kind of get a response.
Yes.
And that's exactly what The Rock did. He gave a teaser. That's it. Now, coming back to Drew McIntyre and Cody Rhodes, since that's the more important story at this point.
No, I know. Well, it's just people are like, why is Cody talking about The Rock?
For what? Did The Rock say anything about Cody? Really? I mean, yes, everyone's up in arms about could Rock and Roman take over night 2 of WrestleMania or whatever. We haven't gotten to Royal Rumble yet, let alone WrestleMania. Calm down. I'm enjoying Drew McIntyre's character, even though he's not kind of getting the wins I wish he was. He's not getting the better of his opponents on the promos per se. But they are still building him, and they are still making him look like he has value despite all this.
I think he's. It's Cody, yes. It's Cody Rhodes. I think Drew McIntyre is still coming out and not getting the better of his opponents because I think that plays more into the Drew character we're supposed to be getting. Everybody's. Yes. It's the ticking time bomb we're waiting to explode. So even though he may not be getting the best of the promos, I think that's the direction they want it to go. They want the babyface to get off on Drew. Drew to sit there and sulk and stew a little more because it just builds and builds until we get this ticking time bomb of whatever Drew's going to do. We haven't really seen Drew can be heel, but he hasn't really gone full heel just yet. This is the bomb we're building. So it's good stuff. It's good stuff. A slow, methodical burn, and we can see the tension grow. Backstage, R-Truth is chilling with a stack of shirts. In comes Damian Priest to tell him Truth needs to stop selling merch outside the arena. Truth says he's making a hell of money. He hands Priest a stack of money, then says he even made some of for Tom and Nick. Is Nick okay? He can't find him. Tom and Nick Mysterio, or Dominic Mysterio, if you don't catch where Tom and Nick came from. Anyways, R-Truth says he can't find him on Facebook. Priest allows the shirt sales after he sees the money and tells Truth that tonight's to keep it on the down low, basically, and that in tonight's match don't tag in. True winks it off, saying he's got Priest and offers him a shirt. Great segment here with R-Truth and his continuing alliance with the Judgment Day, Damian Priest. I think this is playing into Damian Priest's possible turn in the long run. There's a lot of little stories there that if you're not really soaking it in, then you're only getting the top level of that, and it may seem a little boring or it may not make sense, but R-Truth may be the catalyst that be the dividing factor of what is going to go down in Judgment Day, and seeing Damian Priest kind of letting Truth get that softer side of Priest, that buddy side of Priest, and then later when we saw Judgment Day in the interaction, that turmoil is going to brew. We keep brewing this turmoil, and at some point, that kettle is going to blow.
But the point of that segment is money talks, bullshit walks.
Oh, yeah.
It's as simple as that. And it's the funniest thing. I'm like, the fact they've been able to extend R-Truth in Judgment Day this far and still make it quality, I'm just like, holy snap.
No, him handing the money and Priest like, well, it's money, okay. Anyways, from there we had DIY, Tommaso Ciampa, and Johnny Gargano against the Junior League, the Little League team for Judgment Day. The young boys, as Mr. Clarke would call them for Judgment Day.
Well, see, that's what I call Austin. No, I almost did Aries. Excuse me, Austin Theory and Grayson Waller. is Team Young Boys. But I actually have really grown to like Dominic Mysterio and JD McDonough as a tag team.
No, it is actually a nice, decent tag team. And I know somebody, I read a complaint earlier. People are like, they need to break up the factions so they can build more tag teams. I'm like, so you want them to break up Judgment Day for more tag teams? A faction can be a tag team. I mean, I don't know what you. No, we got to break up the bloodline so we have more tag team. I'm like, what? Like, you don't make sense. To build up a tag team division, you don't need to break up factions. Anyways. We get Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa. DIY gets Dominic Mysterio and J.D. McDonough. Good solid match between all these guys. This is probably a better match for JD and Dominic Mysterio working the style with Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano. Everybody looked really, really good in here. We had a lot of near covers. I thought JD was almost going to pick up a win there for a moment. Misses. He sits for a pin, 1-2. Gargano with the super kick. Dom runs in. They don't do it. Drop kick to Gargano. And then Dom tries for a 6-1-9. Gargano catches his feet. Ciampa kicks Dom out of the ring. Deji tries for a pin. Ciampa hits a DDT. Tag to Johnny. They are on the other side of JD. Meet in the middle. The 1-2-3 DIY. Looking solid. This match went 18 minutes, 10 seconds. The first match of the night. And it was a damn good match. Solid match. I mean, you got all these guys. They all came looking out good. Even JD getting covered in this one. Hey, you still couldn't be that upset with him in this one because everybody got a moment. They got to shine. Not overdoing it, but just enough that they all looked good and solid. And it was a really good tag team match for these four guys. Mr. Clarke.
You expected DIY to go over. But this is what a showcase match is supposed to do, is get everyone over despite who the actual winner is. Yes. And that, to me, is what this match did.
Mm-hmm. It definitely did. It was a good, solid match, an enjoyable match. Probably one of the highlights of tonight, honestly, thinking about it. Backstage, Indy Hartwell and Candice LeRae are telling Adam Pearce that 2024 is their year. He seems to agree. In comes Chelsea Green and Piper Niven, who say that the ref was the worst in the world because he counted too slow, and they deserve a rematch. Pierce makes the obvious tag match that's next. And so we get a Chelsea Green and Piper Niven versus Indy Hartwell and Candice LeRae. So it's nice to see Indy Hartwell and Candice LeRae being used here. This was a decent match, not a great match. It was a decent match. Everybody kind of got over. Unfortunately, I don't know what's up with Indy. I guess we got to get her in the ring more or something. But yeah, we had a good thing. And then at the end, the kind of this botchy pin. They missed the India. I'm pretty sure India grabs her, hands her over the rope, and then holds her for Candice. Candice does the lion salt. Why Chelsea Green is like hanging on the middle rope, and the Indy Hartwell is holding her, and then Indy tries to go for the pin. Candice goes for the pin. The referee starts counting the pin. Why both girls? It was really a mess up there at the end. But Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell getting a win is great. You just got to get the communication a little better and a little better of a flow of a match there. Not the best match for all of these four, but it was decent. Your thoughts?
And I think, like you just said, it just getting them on camera and getting them in the ring more often.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they haven't been used. I don't know if they're used on main event. I don't know if they're used at whatever house shows, but they're not on TV. So I don't know if they're getting the reps in to maintain what they can do.
Yeah, no. Just need a little fine tuning there. I think we have a good tag team. It was kind of sloppy tonight, so we'll see how that plays out. Yes, Kat, you can be the center. I'm sorry. Yeah, I know. All right.
Power trip.
This is a lady. This is not a man. This is a lady. Okay. This is Sanders. Yes, girl. Yes. Okay. Anyways. We come back to Gunther and Ludwig Kaiser coming to the ring. Gunther is here to remind everyone about one thing. Last year, he entered the Royal Rumble at number 1 and made it all the way to the end. He was one elimination away from winning. He lasted longer than any man. So this year, the ring general will win it all and main event Mania. Gunther switches gears to Ludwig to see a recap of last Monday where Kaiser took the beating to Kofi Kingston. he will be out for a number of days. But a week's a number of days. I don't know what a number of days is. It's very confusing. We're already a week past, and then Michael Cole's over here going, he'll be out for a number of days. I'm like, I wonder if he misspoke or if that's what they were trying to shoot for. I mean, a week would be a number of days. After a week, you're pretty like, oh, he'll be out in a couple of weeks. I don't know, a number of days.
I don't think they know exactly, but I think they were trying to convey that it's going to be relatively short.
Anyways, Gunther's all smiles. He loved it. Kaiser showed a side of him Gunther has always wanted to see. Grit, confident, and courage. Well done. Gunther and him embracing a hug. And here comes Xavier Woods. He comes out, and he is not happy. He's very upset. He has beef with Kaiser, and he wants a match with Kaiser. Xavier Woods he came out sounding better, and then it kind of went back. It felt like he wanted vengeance at the beginning of his promo, and then it kind of went to New Day, Xavier Woods promo, and I was kind of like, you had me right there at the beginning, like, ooh, I want to see Xavier Woods get mean and pissed off, and it started there, and then it just kind of went New Day, Xavier Woods, and I was kind of like, oh, you dropped the ball, my friend. Like, you should be out here wanting to kick his ass and be not New Day, Xavier Woods, just Xavier Woods ass kicker. But when he first came out, I felt it, and it just kind of fell off. Mm-hmm. You may agree or disagree. That's fine. That's just how I saw it. It's like at that first, I felt that rage in him, like he was mad that you really hurt my friend. Because, I mean, Kaiser threw that chair in his face and then kicked him into the steel chairs. It was a vicious beatdown.
Put it in my head. There ain't too many things that stick with me. But Kaiser throwing that chair at Kofi was... And then that glazed look.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
They don't have to keep showing that over to me. That is burnt in my brain.
But, I was excited when Woods first came out. Because, like I said, he felt like he was angry and he had, something. But it just kind of fell off and he was back to being Xavier New Day. And I'm like, no, this is the one time it should be like, screw all the happy-go-lucky. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I wanted to see him rage. So, but we really didn't. What? Fuego del Sol? I don't know where he is nowadays.
House and Fuego. House of Fire. On fire there.
Yep. Anyway, so then we got Ludwig Kaiser versus Xavier Woods. A good, solid match. This eventually ended with Kaiser fish hook in the face. Woods grabbed the chair. He drops it hard to the back. Kaiser causing a DQ. Kaiser gets the win because of this qualification. It was a good, solid match until it broke down. Xavier Woods wasn't done. He grabbed a chair from the timekeeper's area. He goes to swinging, but Kaiser drop kicks the chair to his face of Woods. Kaiser grabs Woods and drives him over the steps, and he sets up for the running drop kick, but Woods is up. Drop kick to the chest. Woods lifts the steps. He walks over to Kaiser, runs to smash Kaiser. He tosses the steps, but Kaiser ducks and steps it and gets out of basically goes over in the crowd. So we really didn't get a match. We got a little bit, and then it just kind of broke down into chaos with a disqualification. It worked, but didn't work. If you would have gave me Xavier Woods pissed off from the beginning and let him go into, like, I don't care about winning, I just want to hurt this man, it might have been a little better, but it was just kind of, not the best work for these two guys. Decent in-ring. The after-ring was kind of, I don't know. Didn't help either guy really feel over.
Because of the aggressiveness, I'm enjoying Kaiser's work.
Yes.
Xavier is not consistent enough here.
Yes.
That's where he's messing up.
Yeah.
But you also knew the whole point was this feud must continue.
Well, this is going to build the Woods coming back, and I'm assuming this might even build to Big E coming back, so you can have New Day against Imperium. Hopefully here soon. So
that depends if Big E's ever coming back or not. And that's always been kind of up in the air.
He's coming back. He's just waiting to get cleared. Now, he's made that clear. He had plans to come back.
I missed those interviews then.
I've caught pieces on, I forgot when the last time he was on, but I've caught something where he's saying, yeah, I'm coming back. I just got to get cleared. His goal is to come back. Whether he will, I don't know. Anyways, from there, we got Bronson Reed in a vignette standing in an all backstage or black backstage area, and he says there's a man holding a title in WWE who doesn't realize that sooner or later it will belong to him. So, who is he talking to? Is he talking to Seth Rollins? Is he saying I'm getting in the Rumble? Is he talking to Gunther, who hasn't been able to beat yet? So I mean, it's like, is he talking to? I know he's not talking to Roman. Is he talking to Logan Paul? I mean, what title are we talking about here? I don't know. It was a backstage interview.
Air of mystery, intentional, just try to get fans to talk.
Yeah. It was. I don't know. Put Bronson Reed in the ring and let's get it done instead of unscripted. Of course, I guess they're talking that we may see Seth Rollins versus Bronson Reed because he's from Australia at Elimination Chamber, so that may be okay too.
I mean, it would be a good match.
We return to the show, and Byron, because Byron Sexton's no longer on the announce team, he's a announcer in the back. He's with Xavier Woods to ask about his emotions are, and Woods is about to let Byron know. But here comes Ludwig, and we get another attack. Jey Uso runs up to stop him, and Kaiser backs down. He leaves, and Jey checks on Woods.
After all those shenanigans, why is Kaiser afraid of Jey Uso? Like, okay, I respect you, I'll back off for you. I'm like, really? Who is Jey Uso at this point? I mean, yes, they're building him to be in the main event, and they're building him to be a bigger star than he was before. But why would you be afraid of him since he's no longer part of the bloodline?
Anyways, from there, this guy screwed up. They didn't put in the match. But anyways, we got Ivar versus Akira Tozawa. Again, why? I don't know. Yeah, I agree. Anyways, running crossbody smashes Akira to the mat. Ivar drags Akira to the corner and climbs. Maxine on the apron for a distraction, so Akira hits an insecurity Akira with a sunset flip, and Akira Tozawa beats Ivar with a distraction. After the match, Akira and Maxine celebrate, but Valhalla flies onto the screen with a huge right. Valhalla sends Maxine into the ring. Akira follows a spinning heel kick to Akira as Valhalla fish hooks Maxine and springs her up and hits a headbutt to the chest. Valhalla kicks Maxine out of the ring. Ivar drags Akira to the corner, climbs, and hits the moonsault. There wasn't much to say about this match. It was a little confusing that we got it because we've been here, and then Akira Tozawa winning was even more kind of like, okay. I'm assuming they've got something they're doing here. I don't know if Eric's almost on his way back too, and maybe they're going to build Alpha Academy versus this group, but they're going to, I don't know. A little confusing.
Yeah. It could be a placeholder feud, or it could be something leading to a tag feud. It's just depending upon.
Or it could be Valhalla versus Maxine. I don't know. It may be a mixed tag match. Who knows?
That's a possibility too.
Backstage, Chad Gable is helping Akira. He will challenge Ivar next week. Meanwhile, Ivy Nile will challenge Valhalla. And Chad Gable says Akira Tozawa almost graduated the Alpha Academy. Which, what does graduating the Alpha Academy really do for anybody, Mr. Gable? Can you please explain what graduating from the Alpha Academy is going to do for anybody? I think you might have a better job. I think you might have a better resume, or it looks better on a resume if you graduated from Chase U.
Ooh, I thought you were going to bring that up. Dang.
I'm just saying, it's kind of like, has anything that, I mean, Otis, we love Otis, but has he really gone anything after graduating, Maxine? She's, it's like, you're almost graduated. Okay, and that is what? Anyways, from there we get the great moment on TV. We get Rhea Ripley, and Rhea Ripley is here to break our hearts and bust our balls. She's sick and tired of people like Nia Jax running their mouths, claiming that this is their division. It's hers. It is hers, and that's why this is her title. This is a warning to the winner of the Royal Rumble. If you decide to waste your mania, not wish your mania, I don't know. Then choose Rhea. If they don't want to waste it, then choose someone else. It will end up just like last year. And then we got the music of the man, the one and only Becky Lynch is here. So here they are, the best to do it, both going from being afterthoughts to becoming the faces of the industry. But there's a nagging voice in Becky's head, and he keeps saying to her that she thinks Rhea might be better than her, but she needs to prove that she is not. To do that, she needs to take that title from Rhea, and to do that, she needs to win the Royal Rumble and point to the sign, declare that at Mania it will be Mommy versus the Man, and that'll sell a match by itself. Mommy versus the Man is great. I'm all for it. I still rather have Bayley win. I still rather have Bayley win the Rumble than Becky because I think Becky's already won it. Bayley, I believe, has not. Rhea says there's only one person that she wants, and Becky wants, and that is Becky to win more than her, and that is Rhea. There's only one person that wants Becky to win the Rumble more than Becky, and that is Rhea. Rhea wants Becky to win the Rumble. You lose your lighting. There you go. You're kind of red and dark in the face. All right. Now, is there anything you want to add to Rhea? And
I mean, we all anticipating this match.
yeah,
Jeez. You know, Becky's been over for a few good years now. Rhea's finally been allowed to get to that point.
Mhm.
Because Rhea's had the tools actually for a while, but they just weren't pulling the trigger.
yeah.
They finally did.
No.
So I mean, this is gonna be a great match. Whether she gets there, whether we get there through the Rumble or whether it's through other means, we'll see. But I mean,
No,
this is gonna happen at some point.
We will definitely have to see how this plays out. And it's a WrestleMania match for sure. So we'll see how we get there. Seth Rollins gets some mic time backstage to give Jinder some props, calling him deserving, and he wouldn't have it any other way. He is Seth freaking Rollins. Of course, now we're in the ring, and before the next match, we have, of course, it's going to be Judgment Day. Finn Balor and Damian Priest versus the Awesome Truth, R-Truth, and The Miz. But before the match, R-Truth's out here handing out money. He hands over money to Finn. Then Dom and JD asks for some, and he tells him that he's got to be a member. Miz tries to talk to Sense. The Truth tells Miz he wants to start, and the bell rings. So earlier in the night, Damian Priest told Truth not to tag in, so instead of not tagging in, he just started off the match. We got a great back and forth match here. Truth is behind Priest. He's about to swing, but Priest stops him. He asks if they are a team. What happened to the team? Finn rolls Truth with a heel kick. South of having on Truth, Priest rolls out of the ring. Finn covers 1, 2, 3. Judgment Day with a good win here. You got some of the continued R-Truth comedy here. It was a decent match. It was a solid match. Miz very confused throughout the whole match. The match went about 8 minutes and 2 seconds. So good.
I'm wondering if in the long run we actually get a legitimate Awesome Truth run. You know, whether it's for the tag titles or not, whatever. But it's like right now, it's like because right now it's intermixed with Judgment Day, and it's funny, it's good. But I wonder if we get a legitimate, slightly more serious. We're not gonna get. I mean, it's still gonna be comedy, I'm sure.
Well, at least it feels like they're giving us a lot of different options for tag teams in WWE now.
Yes.
So
yes,
we'll have to wait and see how that plays out in the long run. You good? Okay. We head backstage where Jinder Mahal is sleeping, standing up, or meditating. He says absolute clarity for himself, a 7-year drought, but the whispers are pouring in. He's the most talked about superstar of 2024 so far. Everyone's divided, but the focus is singular. 12 years in the making, narrowed down to one night. Tonight, everyone is unified when he beats Seth Rollins and becomes the world heavyweight champion. ERL, I don't know how to say it. John Cena is in the Fortnite shop. Cool. If you play Fortnite, then you can play as John Cena on Fortnite. Thank you for your comment.
You can't see him.
And if he's the Invisible Man, he plays on multiple roles, and that'll help you win that game because you can't see him. Anyways, we get a quick promo about Shinsuke Nakamura. Last week, he couldn't cause the desired results that's made him angry, and he has left him hungry. Cody should keep an eye open because their story isn't done until he says so. But now he turns his hunger over towards the Royal Rumble. Hungry Shinsuke is a dangerous Shinsuke. 29 other men are all hoping to make it to the top. 29 men, he will feast on their dreams. I'll let my kids know, yes, and John Cena sucks.
Everyone's got an opinion. Of course.
You come in and tell me that he's on the Fortnite shop and now he sucks. Now he's awesome. Okay. You can like, you can hate, you can. This is value wrestling. You can express yourself pretty much almost how any way you want. I mean, there's a line that we're live on air. Anyways, we get a women's tag match that was kind of thrown in the middle here. We get Tegan Knox and Natalya teaming up against Shayna Baszler and Zoe Starks. A decent little match here. It is what it is. We get a super kick to Knox. Natty drops Shayna right to Zoe. Shayna with the clutch. Natty turns into a pin. No, Shayna escapes, rolls into a submission, and Natalie has eventually tapped out. Sorry, bipolar. Hey, we don't judge here. We don't judge here. Trust us. And we got
We'll take it back to the early 90s. You can do what you wanna do in living color.
Yep. No problem. You can be who you want to be. Decent little match here. Shayna Baszler always starts getting over. Your thoughts?
It was what it was. Just kind of get all four of these women on TV.
Yep.
It wasn't going to be a major thing, but it's enough to say, hey, they do have a tag team division now for the women. We are proving this all night long, apparently.
Yes. Oh, yeah. No, definitely trying to get things started on all ends. It looks like WWE's trying to get tag team wrestling back in on both men and women's division back on track. A lot of great things.
I'm enjoying Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark tagging together anyways, so
yeah.
Even if it's only for a few minutes, I'm like, you give me enough of what I want, I'm fine with it. Just keep consistency with it. That's all I ask.
Exactly. We thank you for joining us here on the Value Wrestling. We thank you for being a part of this conversation. Always feel free to say what you want in the chat. Join in the conversation. Your opinions are always welcome. So, here we are. The main event, the WWE World Heavyweight Championships on the line. Jinder Mahal versus Seth Rollins. And we're not going to hinder the running hashtag for the week. And Tony Khan sitting there on pins and needles as he tries to figure out, did he make a boo-boo? Did he make a boo-boo? Yeah, well, Tony, you didn't even open your mouth. You ran your fingers, so we'll call it that, and that's all we'll have to say about that. Quickly, Jinder was out here with his boys into Sheer to help out. Jinder's homies hop up on the apron to distract. Jinder kicks Seth, then drops him hard with a body slam fireman to Seth, and Seth elbows out. Lock up from behind, switch. Jinder tries to finish it. Seth escapes, kicks, tries for the stop. Mahal moves, kicks from Seth, tries for a pedigree, but Jinder back body drops him to the outside. Jinder to the outside, kicking Seth in the back of the head. Seth is up, chop, another. Jinder with a throat thrust. He lifts Seth to the shoulders, but Seth slinks off and shoves Jinder into the ring post. Seth on the apron, he runs and flies with the knee to the side of the head. Seth sends Jinder back in the ring. He looks to the top of the ramp. As he comes back in, he looks at the top of the ramp because Damian Priest is coming out with the Money in the Bank briefcase. And after a commercial break, Mahal has an abdominal stretch on. Seth escapes, hits the ropes, elbow right hand. Jinder hits his own. Seth fires back, right from Jinder, right from Seth. Seth with a right. Another right in the forearm. A huge lariat takes Mahal down. Seth rushes the corner, gets sent over and onto the apron. Right hand to Jinder on the top rope. Crossbody to Jinder. Cover 1, 2. No. Super kick to Jinder. Seth to the apron. Sheer out there waiting. Seth pauses. Springboard. Senton off the top. Moonsault. Another cover for a near fall. Jinder up. Falcon arrow from Seth. Seth is favoring the knee. Jinder to his feet. Big kick. Seth with a super kick. And Jinder still up. Double underhook. Pedigree. Seth looks like he's hurt his knee. Seth didn't land it. All of it. He covers for a near fall. Seth climbs the top rope. He flies for a splash, but Jinder moves out of the way. Priest stands up, wondering if this is the time. He turns, and there is Drew McIntyre. He is here in the crowd. He climbs over the barricade, and Drew and Priest go at it. They fight all the way up in the ramp. And the ring, Mahal hits a gut buster and a pin for a 1-2. No, Mahal with a knee to the stomach. He hits a right after right. Jinder calls for his crew to do something. They check under the apron. Veer hops on the apron to distract. The other guy tosses Jinder a chair, but it doesn't work. Seth hits him with the right hand, but then Veer Seth went to go after Veer. Veer hits Seth with the briefcase that one Damien left behind. He clocks Seth. We get a Colossus, and I think everybody was sitting here going, "Holy crap!" Because we got a 1, 2, no. Seth kicks out. The ref kicks out into Sheer. I don't know why at this point, because Jinder tries again to hit the Colossus. Seth reverses it and kind of tosses Jinder over his shoulder. And as Jinder's trying to get back up, Seth hits the stomp. 1, 2, 3. This is a good, solid match. Jinder looked decent in here, but it was what we all expected. They did give you a moment there that you were like, oh, maybe they are going to go switch up this title and play some games with it. They didn't. The match went 12 minutes, 57 seconds. If you were disappointed by the ending, I don't know what to tell you. I know a lot of people were thinking that Jinder was going to win just for Damian Priest to cash in, for Seth to win the belt back. I don't know if we need to necessarily hot potato the belt that way. I know a lot of people are getting pissed because you're like, oh, why isn't Damian Priest ever going to cash in? Why won't he cash in? Other people are wondering what Seth Rollins is going to do at Rumble. Do we need Seth at Rumble when we got Roman? I mean, I know people want all these titles defended, but I mean, again, to keep these shows flowing, you don't need 100 matches. So I don't know if we need Seth at the Rumble defending his title since he just defended it now. So we'll see. Is there still some time to build? Could Seth get a match on the card? Could we run it back with Seth and Jinder Mahal at Rumble? Are you going to have something else with Damian Priest? Maybe to be Bronson Reed. Who knows? There's a lot of options there, what you could do, but it's not a necessity. So I don't know why people are getting this upset. But we got a good match between Jinder and Seth here for the championship. Seth retaining the championship and continuing his winning ways for now. And we're headed in very close. They almost had me thinking Jinder. Well, I think a lot of people are wanting Jinder to win after everything Tony Khan. After Tony Khan ran his mouth, I think a lot of people are like, ooh, maybe Jinder should win just to piss off Tony. I mean, that's a lot of what the internet and the social media world was running around with. Like, give it to Jinder just to stick it to Tony, which is probably not the best reason. But yes, they give you a lot of reasons to believe that Jinder had that moment there that we thought it was going to happen. And I know a lot of people were saying, okay, Jinder beats Seth to get the title, to stick it to Tony. Then Damian Priest catches in to get his cash in. And then he's going to wrestle Seth at the Rumble. Seth gets back the title at the Rumble. That's great. It doesn't really do anything for Jinder. He gets the title, gets pinned by Damian Priest. You're not too mad about that. Jinder, we kind of get that F you to Tony because Jinder. But Damian Priest going to Rumble and dropping it to Seth, I think would be a major disappointment for everybody. Because, I mean, if Damian's going to cash it and win, I want to see at least a title run with Damian holding the title for a little while. Is Damian Priest going to be like his idol, the bad guy, Razor Ramon, and never win the big one? I hope not. I hope his time comes. But it's a real sticky time because there are a lot of big names in WWE that are on the main event side that can take that title at any moment. Something that AEW seems to lack, except they want you to believe that Hangman and Hook are main event contenders for an AEW title, which is kind of a hard pill to swallow. I mean, Hangman to me kind of feels like the Jinder of AEW right now. Like, yes, he's a former world champion, but you really haven't done much with him to feel validated to be.
I'd definitely put Hangman over Jinder at any point.
It's not about putting him over. I'm just saying he's Jinder's coming back and getting a world title. A lot of people are like, well, why is he getting a world title shot?
But I still can't.
So I'm just saying that what has Hangman done recently to make you feel like he deserves a shot at Joe? Like, who has he really overcome after being punked out by Swerve? That still sticks in my mind.
Seeing to just what he's done recently, I'm looking at his whole AEW career.
Well, yeah, but I mean, it's like, but I'm looking at it through the same perspective that people are looking at Jinder. Oh, Jinder's lost his last match for a year. He hasn't won anything for a year.
You also already proved that was wrong.
I know that, but that's the narrative. That's why I'm making like, what has Hangman done in this last year? Yes, he's a former world champion. He has a right to kind of be in that picture in a way, except I still can't get over the fact that he got pretty much punked out by Swerve, and he's not out to basically kill this man. Sorry, as a father, if you came into my house and taunted my child, even though there was probably no baby there was nobody in the house, it was all set up and staged. I get that, but the mentality thought is if you came into my house and harassed my kid, Like, you broke into my house and came to my baby? Yeah, it'd be on like Donkey Kong, and I wouldn't be giving up until you were done, until you were begging for mercy. And I just haven't seen that vileness from Hangman that I would expect in that situation. So, but a good solid Monday Night Raw.
The funny thing to me is, I'll be honest, there was a part of me. First of all, let's backtrack. I expected Seth to retain, but there was a part of me that wanted Jinder to win, just because of the massive heat he would get again.
Yeah.
Just because it would be unexpected, and it's like, is he worthy of the World Heavyweight Championship? Really? And the massive heat he would get from the audience is almost worth it, but I don't think it would be good business.
And that's where I looked at it. I mean, there was no point, even in these people's ideas, you have Jinder beat so Damian gets the title, so Seth can get it back at Rumble. And I'm like, it's a great story, yes, and I get it, but it's not the best way to go about it. And I think Damian winning the title to lose it back, unless they're going to pull the trigger and break him away from him, unless, that would be the end of the catalyst of Judgment Day, or that would be the catalyst. Cool, but I think you're hot shotting the title real quick, and it just,
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you need to do that because everything Seth Rollins done. And that's going to get beat by CM Punk at WrestleMania. I mean, that's kind of where I'm seeing. CM Punk should win the Rumble. I don't know what he's going to do at Elimination Chamber, but the only thing that really makes sense right now, and I know there's a lot of guys, Gunther could win it. CM Punk could win it. Cody Rhodes could win it. You have a couple other names. I know people are saying Sami Zayn and Jey Uso. They're a possibility that could be favorable. We know the hypothetical, the long talk. Dave Meltzer's put it out there. Sean Ross Sapp is sold on it. That, The Rock is going to show up at number 30 or late in the Rumble and win this. Yes, I know that's a possibility. It's a stupid possibility. I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think that's where Triple H is going to go with it. But because it's, he showed up and stirred the pot, I mean, we got to take some accountability. Yes.
It's a part of the conversation, so yeah.
Yeah. So I think it's Punk because it makes the most sense. Punk versus Seth Rollins, that's how we're going to get that story. Cody, Cody's going to go to Elimination Chamber and win that and get Roman at WrestleMania, and bada bing, bada boom. And again, I will always sell my narrative is simple. You want to get here, I think you have, if you're going to redo Cody and Roman at WrestleMania, you can have a one-on-one match. That's fine. It could work and be fine. But I'm like, if you have night 2 and Elimination Chamber, not Elimination Chamber, you have Hell in a Cell, Roman and Cody with The Rock as the special guest referee in the mix of that, you have a story that can carry you to the next WrestleMania with Roman and Rock. And it's a way you can keep Roman and Rock kind of off TV in the meantime. So, I mean, especially if you do what I said, like the Rock comes out the Monday after WrestleMania. Cody's out there with his new title. He's telling everybody on Raw goodbye because now he's going to go just be on SmackDown. And then you have the Bloodline because they're all going to be in the same area. When it comes to the Raw after Mania, there's no, it's a crossover show. Everybody gets to show up, so it's not about brand specific. So, I mean, and then you have Solo Sikoa take out The Rock. And then if The Rock wants to have a match with Solo, you have something to build towards SummerSlam. And then you have Solo and The Rock fighting, The Rock looking good, and then you have Roman come out and spear The Rock. There's a storyline right in there that happened, and just The Rock coming back out of nowhere and winning the Rumble. I know there's going to be a fan base that's going to pop for it, but I think the other fan base that's set on Cody and knows that this is Cody's moment and we want to finish the story with Cody, it may bring more heat to Rock. It's going to be one of these, there's going to be people who are really excited about it, and you're going to have people who are going to really hate it. Of course, I guess there'll be a few who will just accept it and go with it, but I don't know. I just think there's not going to be a lot in the middle. It's going to be one or the other.
That would not surprise me at all.
So I just don't know if Triple H wants to create that much of a controversy. It's great, but I think Triple H is a little smarter. If this was under Vince McMahon, I'd probably be going, yeah.
It's The Rock.
Yeah, I'd be probably cursing out every Raw because it would be all about The Rock. So, Triple H, I think he knows where they're going, and I think The Rock knows what's best for business. Now, can you have Rock at WrestleMania and connect him with Roman? I gave you the perfect storyline. And even if you don't have a Hell in a Cell, you could do a Rock as a ref, period, in some way. But I just say Hell in a Cell because how do you take what Cody and Roman did last year, run it back, but up the ante? And I think the only way you do that is you put a cage around the ring. This pretty much guarantees no bloodline interference. It's one-on-one versus Roman and Cody. You have Rock in there as the referee. And then when Roman has to sit there and watch The Rock raise the hand at Cody, know that he can't depend, that's family. That's bloodline turning on me. You have a catalyst that now you have the catalyst for Roman having to want to get to The Rock. See, we don't really have a catalyst of why Roman wants to face The Rock. It's because The Rock came out and made off and Roman laughed that off. But Roman doesn't see The Rock as a threat. Roman doesn't seem to even care about The Rock. So the catalyst, you can have The Rock come out and say, "Oh, I want a match with you," and Roman can blow him off. But if you have The Rock there the night Roman loses that title in that moment that's burning his memory, now you have a reason for Roman to want The Rock. Other than the outside story of, they have an old family joke that, one day they'd wrestle in a ring. We know because from Young Rock and talks that, that's an outside story. I'm talking about in the ring, in the WWE, in the universe, the reason that, these two guys should want to face one another. Anything you want to add to tonight's show before we wrap up?
I think it was a show. It was cool.
Yeah.
Building towards that Royal Rumble now.
Oh, we're getting there. 1 week from Saturday.
We're almost around the corner, and then we're almost going to straight shoot to WrestleMania.
1 week from Saturday. So we got 11 days or something like that, and then it'll be Rumble time, and we'll be right here after the Rumble. Break it all down for you, to discuss it, to talk about it, to tell you everything that went down. Hopefully it's a good show. We don't come on here. I
expect the Rumble to be good.
Well, it depends. If they do like a lot of people think that The Rock's going to show up at number 30, it's going to be not a good night, at least on my end. I will probably be crapping all over it.
I mean, we'll see what happens, but I mean, if you're looking at the card overall, the women's Royal Rumble, the men's Royal Rumble matches, then you have the individual matches. I'm like, it's gonna be a good time.
Well, it'll be a good time.
Even if The Rock comes out.
No, if The Rock comes out at number 30, wins the Rumble, it's going to ruin the whole experience. Because I'm going to be pissed. Because I'm going to be like, this is not the way we need to go. When did Tony Khan take over WWE booking? That'll be my storyline. It doesn't need to be The Rock. I'm sorry. I've explained this. Why do we need The Rock?
But I wouldn't let that personally bother me like that. Because at some point you have to accept this is what they're going to give us. You either can watch it or not.
No, I don't have to accept it. I'll watch it because I have to watch it. But I don't have to accept it. I do not have to accept it. I do not have to like it. I do not have to eat it. Wouldn't be prudent. Not going to do it. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Value of Wrestling. We appreciate you being here. This is our Monday Night Raw review, or Monday Night Raw post show, whatever you want to call it. We will be back Wednesday night. God bless our souls, for your AEW Dynamite post show review. Where are we going over that? And we're going to be, hold on. Dear Heavenly Father, please let Hook survive. That's all we ask. Anyways, we want to make sure. Amen. I just want to make sure he's covered, because we don't know if he's going to get killed. Because Tony Khan thinks Hook and Samoa Joe is like Joe's gonna kill you. Oh my gosh. What state are they in? Can we make sure that child murdering is not illegal in that area? I mean, we don't need Joe going to jail. And then we'll be back here with your SmackDown review. No big things for this weekend. It'll just be the weekly roundup. So we have a weekend off. Of course, tomorrow, Miguel Z will be bringing you the newest episode of the New Japan Pro Wrestling Weekly, or the New Japan Weekly rebound, and he's going to break down everything that he's going to be breaking down everything that went down at San Jose at New Japan Pro Wrestling Battle in the Valley. So that'll be up on air tomorrow. Of course, this State in Wrestling History is always there for you. Check that out. Make sure you check out the other videos on the channel. Make sure you ring that bell for notifications so whenever we do go live or new video content hits the air, you will be notified of that. Go ahead and hit the like button. Share this video out. Why do I only see 2 likes on this thing? This is me. Anyways.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. At least I noticed it now. If you're watching this later, make sure you hit that like button. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button. Join the Value Wrestling family. Become a part of a member of the fastest growing wrestling podcast in the YouTube world. And we're trying to show the world that we are not pretenders, that we are contenders, and we need your help and support to get there. We're at 212 as the current count goes. We are looking to get to 1,000, and we're moving in that direction quite in a good shape. I think we can definitely get there sooner than later, and we're excited to do that. And we look forward to progressing. I see 3 likes. Yes, we just got 3 likes. Good job, pal. Good job. Are you trying to get fired?
Jeez.
Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I thank you for being here. That's Mr. Paulus Clarke on the big time. This has been your Value Wrestling's Monday Night Raw review. We're going to get out of here. We're going to say goodnight. We're going to say farewell. Fair adieu. So long. Adios. Let me hit this. Let's get to the music and say goodbye.
Never stop, I'll get it if I want it. Gotta make to myself a promise. I won't quit, keep going till I got it. I won't give up till I'm on top.
Yo,
yeah.
no, I ain't the type to give up. If I do something, man, I do it till I get what I want. I turn a business out of nothing into something I love. I got a poker face, but honestly, I'm not one to bluff. I flip a switch, never miss, man, I always stay up. Don't let them see you, bitch, always have a plan to stay tough. This life ahead of you ain't easy, it was built to be rough. But that's what makes a personality, is tragedy, bruh. So keep your head on your shoulders. Now we ain't out here moving rocks, we out here moving boulders. Now we ain't getting posterized, we out here making posters. And we